Pew pew!
Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Hostess Ninja Turtle pudding pie. This pie was introduced from the Hostess company in the early 90s to promote the movies and cartoons of the Ninja Turtles. Basically what it was one of Hostess's vanilla pudding pies, just with a green glaze on top of it. And to give you further information, here is a commercial.
We're heroes in a half shell, we're baking a surprise. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie. Fresh from the sewers to you. Their minds are delicious, you know that's true. Because they're filled with mutagen goo. That's vanilla pudding goo. They've got the tastiest, flakiest, greatest crust. Even better than our pizza. And it's green like us. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie. Fresh from the sewers to you. Radically sweet.
It can't be beat.
And there's a free turtle sticker inside. That's neat. New from Hostess. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pie.
Now, to get started, there's several different steps here. One, we have to make the glaze. Two, if we were doing this correctly, I would make the dough from scratch, but because I'm lazy, we're just using a simple store-bought pie crust. And three, we have to make the pudding. So first thing we'll do is make the pudding. So what we'll do is get a bowl. Boom. Simple vanilla pudding mix. We want 2 cups cold milk. Boom, a new milk. Add the milk. Add this. Vanilla. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to blend. Beat for about 1 to 2 minutes. So basically now, since we have the pudding made, it takes about 5 minutes for it to set up. So we'll set this aside and we'll go ahead and get our dough prepared for the pies. So for the dough part, what we're going to want to do is, not make a mess here, but use some parchment paper or floury countertop or whatever you want to do with your dough. I'm basically just going to use some parchment paper because it's frankly the easiest way to go. So lay it flat. Then we'll take our pre-made dough and we'll take it out of the wrapper. And we will unroll, hopefully successfully. Hey, look at that. It's a pizza pie. Okay. So basically what we're going to do is, I found that the dumpling press, the large one, will actually work great for this. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that it is round enough to fit in the dumpling press, and a fun little treat, not treat but fact, is, or tip, whatever you want to call it, something, is the outside you can use as your cut to make sure that the circle is exact. So what we want to do is take your cutter, flatten it like that, and go right along the edge here, and we'll just press. And it should become like a cookie cutter. There we go. Just peel back the excess dough. I'll set it right on top of here. And basically what you'll do with the rest of this dough is don't get rid of it. Save it for another project somewhere. So I'm just going to set it over here for right now. I'll get back to that later. So now that we have our dough ready to be filled, so now that we have our dough cut and placed onto the dumpling press, what we're going to want to do now is scoop some of our pudding out and put it into the dough. So stiffen it up just great. And depending on how much filling you want, I wouldn't recommend putting a lot of filling in there, but enough to serve its purpose. So once you have the pudding in there, just press down and crimp. Look at that. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm excited! And, in theory, if we lift up, hey, look at that crap right there. Amazing! Look at that. Boom. Dumpling slash pie. Alright, so now that we have that, I forgot to do this part, but what you should have done is went ahead and preheated your oven to 450. So we'll do that right now. And then with the magic of editing, the oven is preheated. So now that it's preheated, let's get our pan. I like just a live baking sheet with parchment paper, and we're going to take our pie. There we go. So we're going to take our pie, and we're just going to put it on the baking sheet. Put this in the oven. And we're going to set our timer to 10 minutes. So while we're waiting for the pie to bake, let's go ahead and make our glaze. So what you'll need for the glaze is a pan, vanilla, and some powdered sugar. So let's get started. Alright, so what we need is 1/4 cup milk, about 1 teaspoon of vanilla, add 2 cups powdered sugar, and bake this all over a low heat stovetop until everything is all blended together. One other thing I forgot to tell you to add is food coloring, so it can make it that signature green glaze, like was on the original Hostess cakes. So let's add 2 drops of food coloring, and let's see how that does. Oh, look at that. Pretty! Look at this, people. Look at this. There is your ooze glaze. Is that pretty or what? So now that we have the glaze made, let's go ahead and prep our station for the glaze. So what we'll do is we'll reuse our wax paper we used a while ago for rolling out our pie dough. And then we're going to want to get a plate. And then what I like to do is I like to take a cooling rack for cookies, and we'll place right over the plate. That way when we glaze it, it falls through the cracks. The plate catches the remaining of the glaze. So now that we're done, let's turn the oven off. Take our pot holder. Oh, and we've overflowed. I waited too long. So, put that up there. We lost some of our pudding. No! Take it. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Take our glaze. We're just going to drizzle it over. Hefty drizzle. So once the glaze is set, or you just can't wait any longer and you have to eat it, take it off of the thing, plate it, and enjoy. That is cowabundantly delicious. Actually, it's really good. Well, I'm making a mess, so Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.